Okay, time for sports now. IU and Notre Dame opening up down at, well, first game for Notre Dame. IU's already
first game for Notre Dame. You know, we've talked a lot about the fact that Notre Dame has to open with Indiana and then has to play Louisville down here.
Right.
Hey, what's it going to do for IU? They have to play Kentucky.
Oh, they do.
And Kentucky's the second-ranked team in the country.
Oh, man.
So it'll be fun indeed. By the way, IU, with what I would call a convincing win over Notre Dame this evening, at times Notre Dame showed the flashes of a potential 20-win team, but this evening it's Indiana in Assembly Hall, and let's show you a nice family portrait. Knight and Digger Phelps together, a couple of brothers sitting around, talking a little basketball. In the hall, IU in the home white. Garrett, you know, Dean Garrett asserting himself in the middle defensively and offensively. He gets the rejection here defensively, and his running mate, Keith Smart, finishes that one off. Yes, sir, pulls up and hits Steve Isle. I began to look real closely at this young man during the tournament last year, and this flow is just continuing. Jadlow pass to Garrett. Look at that. Oh, hello, look at that. And Garrett with the jam. David Rivers tried by himself to keep Notre Dame in there, and there was a point where the Irish, after being down by 6, had actually nudged ahead by a point and remained competitive for most of the first half. Down court, the ball goes after IU takes it away. Down to Smart. Smartly finds Garrett for the jam. Boy, this guy gets that high percentage shot, doesn't he? And then Garrett with a rebound jam, always going to the goal, never being satisfied with just the one shot, follows it up and pushes it in. Then it's time for the defense and Steve Isle to go to work.
Isle again with great defense for the Generals team. Gonna like this kid. Haddock has the rebound, and there's the 4th block shot of the game for Garrett. There's Keith Smart. Little acrobatic move.
They made a heck of a run here.
Isle in the open court. No one rotates over Robinson.
Woo, Steve Isle looking like Chuck Person, huh? Freshman Jay Edwards, instant O off the bench, IU 76-59. I think looking as good as any team in the country this evening. Incidentally, Jim Burridge, the same guy who was on the floor for the Russian game. Remember the referee in the Russian game, had problems with Bob Knight and the whole thing? He was scheduled, Burr was, to work the IU Notre Dame game tonight. So as not to take anything away from the game itself, he withdrew on his own. Classy move. College ball tonight in red, Oklahoma. In white, Penn State. And Penn State loses to Oklahoma. That same thing would probably happen in football this year, too, huh? That was King with the basket, and then Bell will finish off the sequence. Oklahoma's number 18 in college basketball and number 1 in football. They win it by 34. This is what the board reads like tonight. Kentucky, a 101-77 winner over Cincinnati. Chapman with 22. You saw the highlights of the IU win. Marble scores 19 for Iowa as they beat Drake. For some reason, Pomona Pitzer scheduled Kansas. Kansas, by the way, has won 49 home games in a row. That is the Big 8 record. You saw the highlights of Penn State, Oklahoma, and DePaul 88-72 is a winner this evening over Hanover. Pro Bowl, Pacers play Washington, Market Square Arena tomorrow night. Tonight, the blowout of the night was down in the Omni in Atlanta, and it's Atlanta over Boston. Larry Bird was there. See him? Yeah, but he was a little stiff tonight.
Oh,
Kevin McHale was there, too. But in white is Atlanta, and not only were Bird and McHale there, but Dominique was there. Oh, come on, Danny Ainge. Look at that. Here's the ball. Take the ball away and put it in. And then here is Dominique. Glenn Rivers just attracts the defense and puts it in. And then Dominique, I suppose Atlanta dominated. Now, nice little knifing move by Neek. Well, they also had Whitman. Sweet shot at the buzzer, yes. 120-106, Atlanta wins. Highlights of Detroit and New Jersey. Detroit in blue, New Jersey in white. That's Dennis Hobson. Remember the young man from Ohio State? He is scoring nicely and maturing nicely for the Nets, but they don't win. Isaiah gets it to Vinny. Vinny pulls up, hits it, bang. That voice can't do that. That voice can't do it. Lane Bear gets the baseline jump shot, and then AD. Nice ball movement by the Pistons on this sequence here. Rotated around to the open man. AD takes it to the goal. Detroit in overtime, a winner over New Jersey. The score is 124-115. Boston blown out in Atlanta. Seattle has beaten New York. Everyone else does. And Denver losing by 5 to Houston. A couple of significant things to tell you about in baseball. 2 players changed names and changed teams. Brett Butler is signed by the San Francisco Giants as a free agent, and Chili Davis is signed by the California Angels as a free agent. Hasn't been much free agent movement. That's why it's newsworthy.
Pomona Pitzer. Okay.
Gesundheit.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Back after this.
Don't let the holiday spirits get away from you. That's what police are warning. I'm Ruth Ann Gordon. I'll explain coming up on News 8.